Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to try to answer some questions that I have received from my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and some even on my Instagram, and then some equally came through my Facebook groups that I have, like the Korean Facebook group and the International Scholarship Facebook group. I have the questions here. I'll read them out and then I'll try to respond to the questions that I've collected, because I believe it's going to be difficult for me to answer everyone individually. Some came in the form of questions on my YouTube videos, so don't be offended if you notice that I did not respond to your question. It's just because some of those questions are either already on the application guide, or I think those are questions that keep on coming up, and rather than answer everyone individually when they come up, I think the best way is to make this video so that you can just always go back to the video and watch, rather than ask the same question all the time. And it is important to note that the questions that are here are applicable for both undergraduate and graduate students. So try not to worry and try not to ask if this is for undergraduate or is it for graduate student. It will still be the same thing because they are almost identical. The only difference with Global Career Scholarship graduate student is that they've already had their undergraduate certificate, which means they have more experience, and at the level of their personal statement and study plan, they need to be more specific with certain things like what they are going to write in their research. And at those levels, because they will be working with individual professors in most cases, especially for university track, it is the professor, potential professor, who usually does the interview. But as far as undergraduate is concerned, it doesn't really matter. Anyone can do the interview, or they can be an interview panel at the level of the university, because it's undergraduate. They don't really need you to be very specific with certain things. But with masters and PhD, they would probably want you to talk certain things about why you choose the field and a particular research topic, and the possibility of you getting to the end with your research topic. So without wasting too much time, I think we should get directly into it. But before this, if you know you've not yet subscribe to the channel, please make sure you do, because this is what gives me the energy to keep on producing this video. There is no point in me making the videos if I know you would not watch the video. So please make sure you like the video as well and share with others, because sharing is caring. Me making this video is because I care about you guys, and I'm kind of sharing based on the number of years that I have lived in Korea. And I always tell people that there are way too many other scholarships in South Korea, not just the Korean government scholarship. But the advantage with the Korean government scholarship is that it's a bit relaxed and it has some other opportunities. But there are other scholarships that equally pay way more higher, especially at the graduate level. The monthly stipend is way higher than what GKS is offering. What I'll do is, this video would have timestamps. You can skip and go to wherever you think has the information that might be of interest to you. It's very okay for you to skip. But question number one, they're asking if there is an application fee. No, there is no application fee, but the application process is not free, which means it will cost you a lot to go about authentifying your documents, getting the consular confirmation of your document or consular certification of your document. All of those processes require money. Even the process of you maybe posting your documents to the university or maybe to the embassy, if the embassy is a bit far from you, requires money. Even the process of you going for interview requires money. You equally need money to have internet access. So the whole process is not free, but there is no application fee. Question number two, can you apply to both university track and embassy track? Actually, in the application guide, the answer is no, but people have done both and they still succeeded. Let me explain. The issue is that we all know that embassy track results do come out first before university track. Why is it that university track results come out late? It is because every individual university in South Korea has their own application deadline. That means they can only process your document after the deadline has passed. Some universities have early deadlines, some have late deadline. So because of this, university results do come out late. So what some people usually do, it's not like I'm advising, is that they try first the embassy track, and then when they fail, they now try the university track. And it's normal to equally change your majors when you're changing the track as well. Question number 3 is, can I change my major after applying? Yes, the answer is yes. You can change your major and you can equally change your university. Let's say you want to do both. Those who tried first the embassy track and they failed, and then they want to try the university track, you can change the university, send it now to another university that has nothing to do with the university that you applied to during the embassy track application, and you can equally change the major. It's totally fine. The next question that keeps on coming is about recommendation letter. People keep on asking, how many recommendation letters? As far as the application guide is concerned, it says that you need 1 recommendation letter, either from your high school teacher or maybe head of department or somebody who has a higher status in your high school. They should be able to give you 1 recommendation letter, and then they should make 3 copies of that recommendation letter. I repeat, 3 copies. That means they make 1, they sign on that 1, and then make 3 more copies. In total 4, which means they would have the original and then 3 photocopies. And then next thing is, should I put it in the same envelope? Yes, it's okay to put all 3, that's the original and the other 3 photocopies, in the same envelope. It is equally fine to put the original in a separate envelope and the other 3 photocopies in separate envelopes, no problem. Is 80% mark compulsory? The answer is no. Let me explain. I made a video on why people fail Global Career Scholarship. If you've not yet watched that video, please click on the link up there and watch it. It's very important. You have a lot of insight if you watch that video. The thing is, some people don't even have the 80% mark that is required because probably their teachers were not very generous with scores. But there is another way for you to cover up with these things. If you have a very good study plan, a very powerful study plan, it can make up for that 80% requirement. If you have a good statement of purpose, it can make up for that lacking gap of 80%. If you have a good CV that shows that you've acquired some level of experience even after high school, probably you were able to work for maybe 1 or 2 years. Not just work. If you have things like maybe you have awards, you received maybe the best mathematics awards in your school, or maybe in a regional level you had some awards. If those awards are documented, by documenting here I mean you can get maybe some legal documents from your high school that actually proves that yes, you had this award, or maybe you were among the top 20s in your high school. If it can be documented by maybe your principal that this student was among the best 20, the top 20 in our school, don't just say it with your mouth. You should have documents that can back up whatever you're saying. Number 6, is language certificate necessary? The answer is yes and no at the same time. Yes, because even in the application guideline, it says that those who have language certificate have a 10% point advantage, which already puts them ahead of somebody who does not have it. So things like this can cover up for even the lack of 80% grade point as the required grade. they would give you some more points. But you have a lot of GKS scholars in South Korea who came without Korean language. But know that when you get to South Korea, you must have at least level 3 Korean language. After doing Korean language for 1 year, you should sit for the TOPIK test and obtain at least level 3 before you can progress with your undergraduate degree. It's a must. Is it possible to apply for undergraduate and then you get rejected and then still apply for graduate? The answer is yes and no. No, why? In the application guideline, it clearly states that eligibility, those who have not yet and then another thing is they want those who just graduated like in August and those who will be graduating in February. So how are you going to prove that you just graduated from high school? And then for graduate application is in spring, that's around March, which means you can apply for the graduate application. So basically I'm trying to say that you can absolutely apply for undergraduate. If you get rejected, you apply next time for graduate application. It's okay. But what I'm trying to say is that you should think about what got you rejected, because there is one thing. It says that those who just graduated in August from high school and those who will be graduating in February 28th, which means there is a time lapse. If you've already acquired undergraduate degree, it means maybe the reason why you got rejected for undergraduate is because it's been probably 3 years since you graduated high school. Can I get another scholarship in GKS if I already have GKS? The answer is yes, you can get another scholarship if you already had GKS. That is to say, you probably came for undergraduate, went through your education in undergraduate, graduated, and then you probably want to now do graduate course. It is very okay for you to apply for a graduate course and do your master's. But remember, you will have to go back to your home country and submit your documents at the embassy in your home country. So it is very possible for you to do your undergraduate through Global Korea Scholarship, graduate and then do masters, graduate and then still apply for PhD and equally do PhD. So you can do GKS from undergraduate, graduate and graduate. Question number 9. What happens if you don't pass TOPIK after coming to South Korea? I already mentioned this. If you already have the scholarship and then travel to Korea, you would study Korean language for 1 year. And then after 1 year, you would have to write TOPIK. You must obtain at least TOPIK level 3 to progress and start doing your undergraduate. In case you're not able to obtain your TOPIK, you would have another 6 months to try to get TOPIK level 3. After the 6 months, if you're not able to obtain at least TOPIK level 3, you lose your scholarship. I repeat again, you lose your scholarship. South Korean government will have to stop sponsoring you and you will have to exit Korea. So it is very important that if you're coming for undergraduate and the condition was that you have to do TOPIK and obtain at least TOPIK level 3, you make sure you study Korean language. Remember, Korean language is not difficult. I have reels and I'll keep on making a lot of reels like almost every day when I have time. You can pick some few words in Korean language through my channel. That's why I said if you've not yet subscribed, try to subscribe. Another question is about quota. That's question number 10. Do the quotas change? Yes, the answer is quota do change. And this is because they do keep statistics. Some people come from some country and they perform higher. So there's a probability that next time when the GKS will be launched, they might increase the quota from their country. And The same thing for those who would come and do not perform well. Next time they might change the quota, reduce it even for their country. So the quota changes based on the quality of the students applying. What are interview questions? It is important to note that there is no specific questions for interview. The questions that you will get for embassy track might be completely different from questions that you would have for university track. So for example, the embassy might ask you, why did you choose Korea? Why that particular major? And why do you think that major will help you in your future prospects, like your future life? While university professors might ask you something completely different. For example, let's say for graduate students, you would have your potential professor who will probably interview you. But for undergraduate, it's not certain that it's your potential professor because you don't have potential professor for undergraduate. So it's difficult to determine which question, but there are tons of videos online that says what they will ask you, and the questions are always the same. If you check on my YouTube, there are videos on potential interviews. The videos for any scholarship in South Korea are the same. If you check, there is a video that I talked about Quota scholarship and interview. Those questions do apply also for Global Korea Scholarship. So you might want to watch the video as well. Where do you think I should apply? Like which city, which university? The truth is, many students want to settle in Seoul. But remember, Seoul is the most populated city in Korea. The fact that everyone wants to settle in Seoul means that the competition will be high. While those who would go to the countrysides, or those who choose the countryside, it means competition will be low and they will have a higher chance. So the advice would be that if you want to apply for Global Korea Scholarship, try to avoid Seoul. Try to avoid other big cities also in South Korea. If you really want to come and acquire your education, look for those cities in Korea. Every information is on the internet. Those cities that are not that very much populated and those cities that have your major, go for them and apply. That is the best advice that I can give as far as that one is concerned. That being said, I'll have to end here because the video is getting really long. And let me know if you have any questions, any doubts in the comment section. And equally, if there is something that you would want me to cover, let me know also in the comment section.